SCADA reports have the logging feature for level change, percentage change, and periodic logging. In this example, we want to log the data received when a button is pressed. Let's establish communication between SCADA and PLC and send values from the Modbus register where we will log from the PLC. After entering the PLC IP and port information, let's check and enter the register address we will read from the PLC into our SCADA. When the button is pressed, we want to log the received values. Let's define macro tags for this purpose. We will create 2 tags under the macro channel. We will assign one of these tags to the button and use the other tag solely for logging data to the database without using it in any component. To define our macro, let's enter our log record tag. Before writing our macro, let's determine our scenario. When the button is pressed, it will receive a value. So we can assign this to a variable and specify this variable within an if loop. When the if loop is true, we will assign the received value expression to the logging tag. By using SCADA's reporting feature, we will specify this value as a level change and save it to the database. We complete our macro by adding a return statement. Our next steps will be assigning tags to components. Let's move to the page. To visualize the value coming from the PLC, let's add a display component. Then, let's add another display to visualize the value we logged. For logging, let's add a button component to the screen. We assign the created tags to the display and button components. When we press the button, since the value under PLC changes to the value under log, when we specify the log record tag as a level change, it will save our data to the database due to the changed value. We have completed all the processes. Let's start our server. Also, let's run the PostgreSQL database to see that the data is logged. Let's enter the database of the project we created in the PostgreSQL server. We will open the tag_log table in this database and check if the sent data is logged. We see the value 340 sent from the PLC in the client environment. Initially, we see that it is not recorded in the database. When we press the button, it records the value 340 in the database. Since we set the event action of the button component to toggle, and we do not want it to record the next value sent from the PLC, we press the button again. Now, let's send a different number value and repeat the same process to see that it is recorded in the database.